Believe it or not, email is one of the most powerful fundraising tools that you have. But most nonprofits have got it all wrong. If you're only using email to send out donation requests and maybe a few announcements or updates here and there, I can almost guarantee your would-be supporters are tuning out. Today, I'm going to introduce you to a simple email strategy that over time will keep donors engaged, build trust, and bring in more donations. It's called the 311 email strategy, and you can start using it right away. Welcome to Profitable Nonprofits. I'm Bernadette Mack, and I help nonprofit leaders just like you build sustainable, thriving organizations without the burnout. If you're tired of constantly chasing donations, or you struggle with engagement, or you're wondering how to make a bigger impact, well, you're in the right place. Each week, we tackle real nonprofit challenges with practical, no-fluff strategies that you can apply right away. You're doing all the hard work, so now let's make it a little easier. I've given presentations and talks to many nonprofit leaders about effective email marketing and how powerful it can be for their bottom line. Most people think, yeah, we send out our email appeals, but our open rate isn't that great, and our results are just so-so. We get better results from our direct mail. And this is probably true because the fact is, most nonprofits are only emailing when they're asking for money. So naturally, the recipients have come to know this, and if they're not in the mood to be solicited, they just won't even open the message. You've trained them that when they see you in their inbox 2 or 3 times a year, it's because you're asking for a donation. What's worse, at year-end times, you literally bombard them with messages begging for their donation by December 31st. This, my friends, is the opposite of what email marketing is supposed to do for you. A strategic and value-packed email strategy can help you build relationships, cultivate trust, and create conversations with your donors and prospective donors. There's so much that goes into this, which is why I'm making my training, How Email Will Affect the Success of Your Next Campaign, available on my website. I'll put the link in the show notes. But for today's purposes, I want to simplify this for you by giving you an easy to remember and simple to execute plan for better email marketing that you can start using today. It's called the 311 strategy, and it's a simple way to get started now, being better at emailing. There's no need for a giant communications plan or overthinking what you need to do. Making the project bigger than it needs to be will only keep you from getting started. So no, this is simple and it's turnkey. And here's like the big mind-blowing formula. It's 3 value-based emails, 1 donor story email, and 1 fundraising ask email. That's it. 3 value-based emails. So we're talking educational, mission-related content, or impact updates. And try to make these story-based, featuring real people whenever you can, but don't let complexities get in the way of actually following through on this. The important thing is to send out 3 emails that help the reader learn more about the organization in bite-sized pieces. You can go over to my website and download my free list of email topics. And this is going to give you some creative ideas to talk about your mission and to talk about your impact and even give a behind the scenes view of what you do in your organization. But so it's 3 value-based emails and then 1 donor story email. Highlight a donor or a volunteer or even a beneficiary. For example, meet Sarah. She turned her birthday into a fundraiser for us. These emails may take a little bit more time because you probably want to get a photo of the person you're highlighting or maybe even interview them to get their story. But the good news is these emails will be less than once a month. So create a list of people who would make great subjects and work on a few at a time, and you'll be set for months. Then follow this by one fundraising ask email. Only after providing value do you ask for donations. Here's an example. Help us reach 500 more families this month. Your $50 gift makes it happen. So this is going to mean that you're sending a donation request every 5 weeks. Does that sound scary to you? If it does, then just start slowly. Try maybe 3-1-3-1-1 and stretch it out to every 9 weeks. And remember, the idea here is to get people used to receiving email from you, get used to receiving something that is short and interesting or useful, and that they actually want to read, and gives them small trickles of education, brings them closer to your mission so that when the time comes and the ask comes, they feel like they know why you need their money and why it's important. It is the 3 and the first one that are the most important parts of this strategy. So if you want to put more 3s and 1s before your one ask, go for it. Just don't skip the 3s and 1s. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, I'll give you some important tips to make implementing the 311 email strategy easy and even more effective. So by now, I hope you're sold on emailing more. If not, you've got to watch the training video. But if you are, I want to share a few very important tips with you so you can make this 311 strategy work best for you. First, you're going to want to try to batch the work as much as possible. Create at least one full 311 series at a time. So that's 5 emails. And if you can, do 2 or 3 series so that when things get busy, you can still keep up your consistent email pace. Use my email writing prompts list, or just sit down and map out 3 topics that give education or value to the reader. One person to highlight, and then one pitch for a donation. Then draft those emails. Make sure you look at your calendar and you incorporate important dates or other events that are already scheduled. But hear this. These do not have to be masterpiece works of art. Sure, they should be well written, but they should be short, sweet, interesting, and leave the reader with like just 1 or 2% more knowledge of your organization. There is no need to overdo it. You want to build habits for readers to want to open and read your messages because they're interesting and they know they're going to be easy to digest. With so many nonprofits involved in academics or run by academics, it's easy to want to try and create groundbreaking volumes and white papers, and this is not what your email strategy is for. Save that for special publications or blogs or books or other materials that you create. The goal for your emails is connection. Not to show how smart you are, and I know you're very smart, but to show how your work connects to what your audience wants to accomplish. All right, next, try to automate these emails as much as possible. Hopefully, you have an email service provider that allows you to schedule emails so that once they're written, they can be pre-scheduled for the next 5 weeks. Why? Because something is always going to get in the way. It's the reason you're probably not emailing as much as you should in the first place. If you don't have automation capabilities, then at least have the drafts ready to go and ready to send when it's time. Finally, and there's so much I can say about this, but please skip the fancy formatting. Just write plain text emails that sound like they're coming from a person, not from an organization, and just send them. Let the sender be a person. Maybe it's the executive director. Maybe it's someone else. Maybe it changes depending on whatever the subject is. but send it from a person. And try testing different subject lines. Does your audience respond to catchy subjects, or do they prefer more literal and straightforward subject lines? There's only one way to find out, and that is to test and track your results. Truly, truly, I could go on for days about email marketing, but I hope you're taking away a quick strategy to see better results the next time or the next few times that you email people for money. Establish an email relationship. Get them used to wanting to read your messages, and you'll start to see better open rates and better conversion rates. Remember, email can be a long game, but it's worth the effort. Hey, nonprofit leaders, still thinking email is just for sending announcements or asking for donations? Think again. Your inbox strategy could be the key to unlocking donor engagement, campaign success, and year-over-year growth. And I've got just the thing to help you get it right. My on-demand training, How Email Will Shape the Success of Your Next Campaign, breaks down what's working in email today, what to stop doing immediately, and how to build email habits that actually convert. Whether you're just getting started or you're ready to revamp your entire approach, this session is packed with insights that you can put to use right away. Watch the training now at BernadetteMac.com under Resources and give your next campaign the inbox glow up it deserves. So this week, I want you to try that 3-1-1 strategy and let me know how it goes. Just send me a message or leave me a voicemail at 914-297-7692. Thanks for tuning in to Profitable Nonprofits. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a new one. Also, consider providing a 5-star rating and help more nonprofit leaders find the show. For more resources and strategies to grow your nonprofit, visit BernadetteMac.com. And if you have a question or a topic you'd love me to cover, send me a message or leave me a voicemail at 914-297-7692. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep up the good work. And remember, running a nonprofit is tough, but you're tougher.